Hey guys, I got one last little topic that I want to address about the Apollo dirt bike brand. So Apollo and Orin, they're the same brand. They just have different names. The dirt bikes is the exact same. Um, and one of the topics that I've seen brought up is uh, people saying that they're pieces of crap. And you got to realize these things, when they're being put out in mass production, you can't expect a worker somewhere in China to be spending his time putting Loctite on all the bolts, making sure that every bolt is tightened to the specific spec that it should be. The thing is not going to be sturdy when you get it. You have to go through it once you get it, before you ride it. Go over everything. Another thing, some other people have said that all the spokes on the back tire break. Guys, that's going to happen. You have to keep the spokes tight. There's little things that you have to maintain, like making sure the fork seals are clean, making sure no dirt gets up in those, keeping the fork seals in mint condition, keeping the spokes tight. Those are little things that people, they overlook, and they don't think it's necessary. On every dirt bike, you should be tightening up the spokes. So there's been nothing to go wrong on this bike. Nothing. I repainted the gas cap. The one it came with was blue. The only other thing that happens to a lot of these bikes is the bolt that attaches the pipe to the exhaust. The little rod came out. So, guys, it's not like if that rod comes out, it's the end of the world. You put another rod on it, put another bolt through it, and you keep going. It's a dirt bike. If you're not into fixing and wanting to maintain your dirt bike, then get ready to pay twice as much as the dirt bike's worth for maintenance at a shop. But that's part of the fun of owning a dirt bike, is maintaining it and wanting to maintain it. I'm a mechanic. I love maintaining dirt bikes. I love motorcycles, dirt bikes, everything. So there's just little things that need to be cleaned, brake disc cleans, chain, like keeping the forks clean, tightening up the spokes, making sure that every bolt, every single, at least once every 2 weeks, I go over the entire bike. Every single bolt that is on the bike, I tighten it. As I haven't even put Loctite on any of these bolts. Yeah, the bolts can come loose. Some of y'all give me grief about that. I tighten up all the bolts at least 2 times a week. And, sorry, not 2 times a week, at least once every 2 weeks. Go over the whole bike, put it up on a stand, go over the whole bike, tighten everything. And I find that the bolts are not loose most of the time. They usually stay tight if you keep them tight, and you just keep that pressure, keeping them in there. Just make sure that you go over it once every 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe not even that often. I just like to go over it. I like to be safe. So you can't tell anything. If you see a YouTube channel and someone's calling it crap, don't believe anything that those people are saying if you don't know those people's mechanical backgrounds. If you don't know those people's mechanical backgrounds and whether or not they're taking care of it like they should, This bike looks perfect to a T. It is absolutely clean right now. I detailed the whole thing last night. Been riding it a little this morning. It's going to put some dirt on the engine. I like to keep a clean bike. That's just a habit you got to get in. You have to get into. Whether it's putting a bag over the exhaust and the intake and pressure washing it, just knocking all that dirt off, or I usually do cleaner and a towel and go over the whole thing and get everything nice and clean. So alright guys, this was the third video on this topic. I just felt like it needed to be addressed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.